Hey guys, Brad Nickum, Tasting Tequila with Brad. Thanks for stopping in for another video. This video, I'm not going to be doing any reviewing of tequila. I'm going to talk about the single greatest tool that I came across to take my tequila knowledge from drinking Cabo Wabo to learning about how Cabo Wabo was made and why Cabo Wabo isn't the tequila I drink today. If I'm going to have a celebrity tequila, I'm going to have Santo Fino instead, which is made the same way the old Cabo Wabo was made at the same distillery the old Cabo Wabo was made. And how do I know that? The app called Tequila Matchmaker. So you have in the palm of your hand a phone that can download an app to give you all the information you need to learn about tequila. And it's been a great asset for me. I really thank Grover and Scarlett for putting this app together and compiling all this amazing information that is free. It's a free app. There's no advertising or ads running across all the time. And I got to tell you, I love the phone calls and the text messages when my friends or people I know are at Total Wine or at their local liquor store and they're like, hey, is this a good tequila? And I'll look at it and I'm like, nah, what do you like to drink? And they'll tell me what tequilas they do like, and then I can give them recommendations of what tequila they may like to buy. And that comes from being a person that has utilized Tequila Matchmaker for a very long time. So the best thing about Tequila Matchmaker is it gives you information about the tequila, how it's made, and where it's made. And you can also find out who all the premium brands are. And those premium brands were recently called the Additive Free Alliance. And you'll know that those tequilas are tequilas that really stepped up and came to Tequila Matchmaker and said, come check out our facility. Pick a bottle off this shelf and get it tested. And if it comes back that we're additive free, put us on the premium brands list. So that'll help guide you into finding great tequila. Another neat thing about it that I find really awesome is it helps you generate what tequila profile you actually like. You may not know this if you're new to tequila, but tequila comes from a lot of different areas. And you have terroir, that's the ground, the area, the atmosphere, the agaves, all of those things that kind of shape the flavor of tequila. And that's why you can have 4 different tequilas that are made with the same 3 ingredients, water, yeast, and agave, and they taste different. It's also why you can have maybe a single brand and you have a bottle of their tequila, and maybe 3 years later you have the same bottle, but it has a little different taste, different agave, different field, different ground, so therefore a different flavor. So when you're digging into these flavors that you really like, you can download Tequila Matchmaker and start to build a profile. And as you go in and rank the tequilas that you like, because we all have a different palate, we all like different things, it'll start to build what your personal profile is and what you like about tequila. One of the neat things that I found as I rated tequilas in there, I think you have to rate 5 before it'll start to build your own personal profile. But once it does, then you'll find that you liked maybe this tequila that's a stone oven and the agaves came from Los Altos, which is the highlands, and maybe they used a champagne yeast, fermented in some stainless steel tanks and let it rest and twice distilled in copper pots, and you really like that tequila. And the next day you may have a tequila that says from a high pressure autoclave and it's a lowlands tequila, maybe a little more mineral-y and herbal, and maybe that didn't trip your trigger. So the next tequila you like maybe is like a Cascawin, which again is a lowlands, but a stone oven, Tahuna crushed, and that one rates high for you. And then maybe the next tequila you like is a highlands tequila, like a G4 that is a roller mill and also a Tahuna type style crushed, stone oven. And you may rate another tequila that's another high pressure autoclave. And when you start looking on your taste profile, once that starts to show up, it'll rank and it'll show that you like maybe the Tahuna crushing style more than a roller mill or a screw mill or a diffuser, like these guys use, which is a a giant machine that doesn't crush the agave. It just smashes it with water and acid and turns it into a goop, and then they high pressure cook it for an hour. You may find that your flavors start to gravitate away from that style and maybe more towards a traditional style. You may find like the Siempre Valles tequila that is cooked in the ground and is smashed with mallets and fermented in a wood tank and then in a Filipino style still. You may find that that ranks higher than even your Tahuna Crush. Or you may not like that. That may rank lower. What that'll help you do is when you're out searching for a new tequila, and let's say you put it in Tequila Matchmaker and you find out, wow, I really like Cascawin. Like, this is a great tequila. So you can put Cascawin into Tequila Matchmaker, search the NOM number, you know, that little number located at the bottom of each bottle that is the answer to who the distiller is. And you go to NOM 1123 and you find out, ooh, I like Cascawin, so I probably will like NOM 1123. And you get that one and you taste it. Or you might see Wild Common there and go, wow, that's made at 1123. Let's try that tequila. And you try that one, and what you might find is you are a Valleys, lowlands tequila person. You may be the opposite. You may find a G4 and a 1579 and really like G4, but you might also try Valence, which is another fantastic tequila made at 1579. There's actually quite a few. So then that may show you that you really are a Highlands person. Or let's say you pick up a Siempre, which I have over there on the shelf. It's of NOM 1414, which is the Vivanco distillery. You may find that maybe you're a Highlands tequila person who likes that champagne yeast style, a roller mill for the crushing. You probably will find that you're more a stone oven person than a high pressure autoclave. And like 1146 uses a low pressure autoclave, which is very similar to a stone oven that's creating these flavors. So that Tequila Matchmaker app can show you, hey, there's more to tequila than Blanco, Reposado, and Añejo. There's an Extra Añejo and Cristalinos, right? Those are different classifications of tequila. A lot of people don't realize that here's two Blancos that may taste completely different. You'll never get two Ochos that taste the same because of where those plants come from. So the more you get into learning about those tequilas and utilizing Tequila Matchmaker, you can find out really what you like. Now, another awesome piece to Tequila Matchmaker is they have a professional panel of people. And this panel gets tequila sent to them in blind taste tests. They have no idea what tequila they're tasting. They can't really rely on a brand thought or, like, oh, this is a Fortaleza. I love Fortaleza. This is going to be fantastic. They don't know what the brand is. It'll say bottle 1, bottle 2, bottle 3. It may be a high proof blind, maybe a Reposado blind, an Añejo blind, or just a Blanco blind. So as each panel member goes through those tequilas, they're going to rate them through the rating system that's in Tequila Matchmaker. They're going to rate the aroma. They're going to rate the flavor. They're going to rate the finish. Would they drink it again? Would they recommend it to friends? And then they really don't know the value because they don't know what it is or how much it costs. So value in that case is kind of taken out of the picture. You're really getting just a raw panel of what that flavor and tequila tastes like. And then all that data is compiled together and those numbers are loaded into Tequila Matchmaker. And you can look at this brand new Ocho that I have here and see that the panel rated that an 89. So you can know that 100 is the highest. So, man, that's a pretty high rating. If you see a tequila with a 60, you know that the panel didn't like that very well. Now, not only is the panel involved in those ratings, but also there's a community rating. So you can look at what, you and I rated that tequila. That takes everybody that's rating it and putting that average number in there as well. So you can see, like on this particular Ocho that I'm looking down and cheating off of, which is the 2024 Puntas that just came out, you can look at that and see that the community rated that a 90. So the community actually rated it a little bit higher than the panel. Now, I think even in my case, when I take a tequila like a Cascawin and say it's what I've never had before, I know I like these. I love the brand. So that's going to make me probably rate it a little bit higher because I know what it is. If it was blind, maybe I wouldn't come back and rate it as high. So when you're looking in, the liquor store and you're trying to find a good tequila, you can pop up Tequila Matchmaker. You find a tequila on the shelf, you can put it in there and you can look at what did the panel rate it, what did the community rate it, and know what that tequila is that's good. It also can help you find great new tequilas. For instance, I'm in Cabo San Lucas last week and I'm trying to find something new. I love every aged product that comes out of NOM 1146. Ernesto Fonseca has some of the best aging and some of the greatest tequilas that you'll ever try. Art NOM 1146 is a great expression of some of their best truly aged expressions. There's several tequilas on my shelf that come out of that distillery that I like. But here's one that you really don't find in America. And as I was hanging out in Cabo, I'm like, hey, look at that repo. It's a Mexican repo. It's a lower proof. I don't even want to try to say the name. I've heard it several times, but I'll butcher it. But I thought, you know what? I know I'll like this tequila because I like everything from 1146. And that helps guide me through finding new tequilas. It fits all the bucket. But I also know this one's made in a little different way. One, he uses a column still, which is very unorthodox for a craft tequila or a non-additive tequila. But he found a way to utilize the equipment that he had available in the distillery that he purchased. He's made it to where you have a copper pot still in one distillery or one first distillation and then runs it through the column still, and he's changed that up to where it doesn't delete the agave flavors and then has a fantastic barreling process to make an amazing tequila. How do I know that? I learned it from Tequila Matchmaker, and I learned it from one other great source. If you're trying to learn about tequila, you're trying to grow your knowledge, go to the podcast Agave Social Club. I got a shirt on here that's from the Agave Social Club. I'm a member of the Agave Social Club. I don't get paid to promote it, but I think it's amazing. Doug Price has put together a bunch of fantastic podcasts over the last 3 years or more, talking to brands, talking about how their tequila is made, and really teaching what it is about the non-additive tequilas, the traditional made tequilas. I'd really rather say that more than even additive free. It's about that traditional tequila, the authentic Mexican tequila where you have such a tradition of people picking the right agaves. They're marking where their fields come from. They're doing it in a traditional manner, and they're producing a fantastic product. So I know while I talked through this, I had lots of little descriptions of Tequila Matchmaker, how to use it. I'm telling you, it's a free app that you got to put on your phone, and go to Agave Social Club podcast. You can get those on wherever you get your podcasts. I listen to them on the Apple podcast system, but go check it out. And if you have questions about how to use Tequila Matchmaker, always message me. I love it. I'm in the app every day. I'm always discovering new tequilas, new brands. I know more about the distilleries than I ever knew, and Agave Social Club gives you the background of where those distilleries have come from, what they've gone through to make it, and how the fantastic people of the tequila community really all pull together and work together. So it's not just something you shoot with salt and lime, right? That's how we all learned about tequila in college or high school or whenever you started drinking tequila. Really, this is about a plant that grows for almost 8 years to become mature. And that plant then has multiple different ways of being really put into tequila. But the main way, the best way, Tahuna crush, roller mill, then put into, or before that, cooked in a stone oven. I skipped a phase there. Cooked in a stone oven for multiple hours, cooled and cooked without steam for multiple hours, then crushed. And then when you take how many different ways it's fermented into stainless steel tanks, wood tanks, concrete tanks with fiberglass, how some distilleries, they have their own yeast that they have built from their family and propagated that for years. They've created yeast from different fields. They've used champagne yeast. I actually just heard of one trying it with a sake yeast, which is going to be pretty amazing. So each tequila may have a different style of how it's made, and that may change that flavor profile. Is it fermented with the fibers of the agave put in the vats, or is it not, right? Some of it may be and some of it not. It may be blended together. All of these different ways and different methods can determine how that tequila tastes and really fit into your profile. The Tequila Matchmaker can help you find. So hopefully this didn't drag on too long, and hopefully this was helpful information. Again, some great tequilas here. This one I put out here just so you can look this one up to see how maybe it used to be made in a fantastic way that's made different today. But again, drink what you like, right? I'm not one of those bullies that says you can't drink this. If you like it, drink it. If you like Clase Azul, fantastic, drink it. I personally used Clase Azul and some other tequilas that really brought me more into tequila. And the more I emerged away from those and found that the traditional flavors were what I liked, that's where I ended up. So again, thanks for watching. I'll make more videos soon. We got some reviews coming up of some other great tequilas that have been sent out. I can't wait to get my sinuses all back so I can taste everything. Respect what's in your glass and salute and all those wonderful things. But thanks for tuning in.